Now Michael has tried to install the starter battery, only to find out that it doesn't work. Engine doesn't start. Battery's brand new. Probably not the battery. Probably something to do with the wiring. And we're still in the storm. So, here we go.
Here's a modern day sailor in his natural habitat. In the bilge, working on an engine. I mean, we do have the luxury of an actual engine room. That's nice. Yep. I think the starter died, but who knows how old it is. Because the solenoid clicks, and it makes the right noises, but it's been finicky of late, and it wouldn't start. So I'm going to have to pull it, inspect it. It might be something simple, probably not. It's probably just old. So, good news is, we're in Mexico. They fix everything in this country. Bad news is, we're in Mexico, and the place to fix it may not be close. We'll find out. You may have to send it to like Tijuana or something like that. Hopefully not.
Crap. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Mexico. But I doubt it. It's a Perkins. They're a pretty common tractor motor. So I just gotta figure out what's going on and pull it apart, and I might even be able to fix it myself. If it's just brushes or something like that, I think I can fit this starter in the lathe, turn it, recut the armature, and put new brushes in. I can do that here. Well, I gotta go get the brushes. But, yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
So what's the piece that you gotta take out?
This part right here. You got starter solenoid and the starter. This big motor, electric motor that turns the engine and starts it. This part, kind of rusty. Yeah.
Alrighty, well, it's a good thing we can't paint or anything.
Yeah. Well, there's always something to do on a boat.
Let's hope that we can do this project and it's just not a big deal.
Yep. Well, I've changed starters on Perkins before, so it's not that big a deal. I think it's three bolts, and it come right out. It's a heavy fucker, but that's okay. It's been a good motor, but yeah, might be some issues.
Well, we had issues with getting out of the dock in San Carlos.
Yeah, I thought it might be a wiring problem. But, you know, the way it's been acting lately, it's probably just an old starter. Doesn't take much to start this engine. All he needs to turn it a couple of times, and
right.
It starts right up.
Yeah.
The engine's in good shape.
It's not supposed to look like that.
It's not supposed to look like that.
It's all covered in oil and shit.
It's covered in milky oil, which is water and oil together.
Oh, fuck.
Yes. That gets an oh fuck.
That's very bad.
That's very bad. I checked the crankcase, so the engine itself is fine. The only thing I can think of is that somehow I had an oil cooler failure at one point, and somehow grease got mixed in with the water at that point. I don't know.
Well, is it fixable?
Likely. I mean, I don't think we need a brand new starter, like from the factory. Not that they make them anymore. But yeah, that is ugly, 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 ugly. If you see that in any piece of machinery that's in contact with salt water, it's bad. That would be B-A-D, bad.
Yeah.
It's the opposite of good. So maybe just the starter's kind of seized up. I don't know.
Well, how do you fix it?
Tear it apart and see what happens. The thing I can think of is maybe there's a seal gone wrong in the transmission, maybe. But I kind of doubt. Look at the transmission fluid. No, you don't go swimming. No, see, the transmission fluid's clear. So somewhere around the bell housing there was water. And I'll have to hunt around and find out where that's coming from.
It wasn't
But
from when it got flooded a couple years ago.
Maybe, but this oil cooler, originally it's a double oil cooler. It does an oil cooler for the engine and an oil cooler for the transmission, and it blew out. I think that was the same time I lost my rudder. So I had the engine and the transmission full of water, full of seawater at the same time,
Right.
with no rudder. That was fun. So I had all my supplies, and I fixed it. I bypassed the oil cooler and put new fluids in, and got everything working. But yeah, this is a new one on me. I don't know where all that water came from.
But it's not
It might have
seawater.
picked up. It might have picked some of it up from flooding when it was in the boatyard. I mean,
Yeah.
the engine room did flood pretty badly,
Yeah.
so that could have been it.
A couple years ago.
Yeah. Yeah. We could have gotten stuck somewhere, and then when we ran the engine, it kind of
Yeah.
fluid everywhere. But I don't know.
Well, anyway, so we get to clean it, huh?
Yes, we get to clean it. Well, that happens when you pull it out anyways.
Yes.
You
But-
get the opportunity to clean a starter,
Yeah. Take it apart and clean it.
because that's part of the deal.
Right.
But everything came apart, so that's good.
Okay.
Nothing's froze up, nothing has to be cut off, and I don't need a torch.
Good.
So those are all good things.
Yep.
Anyways. Have fun.
Yeah, right.
The joys of cruising.
Indeed. Yes.
Fixing boats in exotic locations.
Okie dokie.